According to a HubSpot report, 50% of all consumers want to see more video content from brands they support. Furthermore, in addition to this, even by using the word video in your email subject line can increase open rates by nearly 20%. With all this data in mind, it's no wonder estate agents are turning to video to boost their visibility and engagement online. Today, joining me is Dan Brownhill, a forward-thinking estate agent who has significantly grown his business by leveraging video effectively. So let's find out how he's done it. Dan, could you start off by telling us how and when in your journey you decided to start using video in your estate agency business?
Yeah, my sort of video usage in a state agency, it actually goes back several years ago. When I used to work on the high streets, I would take my phone out, put it on the end of a selfie stick, and literally go, here I am at 6 Acacia Avenue. It's a 3-bedroom, semi-detached home. This is the price. Give myself or the team a call in the office, and I would post it onto my own Facebook page. I didn't get a lot from it. Every other word was I didn't have a strategy, but nobody else was doing it. And still, probably 8 or 9 years later now, I'm a sort of self-employed estate agent, and I use it at least once a week. Video. It's still not happening on the high street, as not in Poynton, it isn't anyway. Not with the sort of video-led sort of video tools that I do. So I've been doing it a while, but consistently now I've been doing a video at least every week.
And what made you want to do that in the first place? You mentioned other agents in your town aren't doing video at all, even, quite a long time later. What
Yeah,
made you want to do that and go, actually, hold my phone, guys, I'm doing a video today of this property and let's see how it goes? What made you sort of cross that threshold?
I think it's the way the market is evolving. It used to be newspaper advertising, and now video, I think, is the new sort of newspaper advertising. I've worked sort of back in the day where it was, you'd stick your picture in the paper, and I just think it's a modern way of actually getting something out there. But I've used it quite well in my self-employed role, not just video tours. It's interviewing, sort of local shop owners and local companies within Poynter. And the sneak peeks coming soon, they're really popular on my sort of my Facebook feeds as well. And I think it's evolving, and more agents are doing it. And I think that if you don't do it, I generally think that you're going to get left behind, because I think video is here to stay. Newspapers have gone because of the internet, and I think, is it something like the average person, I think, spends 40 minutes a day on Rightmove, but the average person spends 120 minutes a day on their social media sites. And if you keep seeing Dan Brownhill pop up, then it's working for me.
And with that in mind, what sort of feedback have you had from your clients or potential buyers from you doing video? Do they love it? Do they hate it? What's the feedback been?
Yeah, I think it's I think a lot of people have embraced it. A lot of people in Poynton haven't really heard of whether it's agent-led videos or sneak peeks or coming soon, or the little reels I do on CapCut and things, just to sort of launch a property rather than just board right move. What's my next strategy? I haven't got one. At least I can say, well, I'll do a launch day, and I'll do a Facebook Live before I'm there, or I'll do a little quick house up in Adlington, and the birds were just tweeting, and I put a 10-second video on there, and some woman has commented on it, and she wants to view it now, and that's come from a little video in a garden that was maybe 10-12 seconds long, and I just said, how peaceful is this garden? And it's just sort of evolved from there. And yes, a lot of sellers or future sellers, I think, have really like it and engage with it. It's something a bit different to talk about on the valuation.
And do you find that, so one of the biggest problems in estate agency is that no one knows who you are effectively? People that you walk down the
Yeah.
high street and ask people to name estate agents, they'll scratch their head for a long period of time. Do you feel that there's a warmth to you going into the front door of a vendor because they've seen your video content online sometimes already, so they kind of know what you're about, they know what you sound like, etc. Do you find that sort of that bridge is slightly being crossed already?
Yeah, it definitely helps, because I think if somebody hasn't moved, whether it's for 2 years or 20 years, you're still inviting strangers into your home to come over your threshold. And I think it can be quite a daunting appointment for those sellers, because they don't know what to expect. And I think a lot of the general public have this conception that we all do the same thing. We all stick up Rightmove, we stick a board in the garden, and we do viewings. I went on a viewing with one of my sellers a couple of weeks ago with a local agent, And let's just say that was interesting. So I think if you can do those videos, I was in a coffee shop yet last Friday, had a meeting, and I walked in, and the chap said, "Oh, I know you. I've seen your videos." And he actually said, "Are you here to do a video today?" And I said, "Oh no, no, sorry, I've got a business meeting with somebody, but thank you for asking." And I think it does. A lot of people go, "Oh, I feel like I already know you, even though I haven't met you." It's like with yourself and Simon Gates and Chris Watkins. You see all these people. You've had lots of interaction like this. It's a bit like Steph. I met Steph for the first time in September, 2 months after I joined the business. But seeing her, spoken to her, but just not met her in the flesh. And I think it generally helps. It sort of puts you one step ahead of the competition because, as I said, they feel like they know you.
Yep. I've definitely experienced the more I go to estate agency events and the more video content I do, the more I get the side eye of like, I think I know that guy. I think I
I think I
recognize him
know
from the
you.
internet at some point.
Yeah,
Yeah. You get a lot of that, a lot of the side eye sort of thing. Like, I
yeah,
recognize that guy from online somewhere.
definitely.
So you touched on there the sort of video content you do. So let's say, for example,
Yeah,
I'd never seen any of your social media. I've been living under a hole for the last however many long maybe. What are
yeah.
the videos you do at the moment? So you mentioned you do the local business review, you do sneak peeks. Talk me through sort of the long and short of what you do video content wise.
Yes. So when I first started my business, I needed people to get to know who I was. I've lived in this town since 2006. I've worked in the town for other high street agents for over 10 years, but people need to know who the company, the brand is. So I first started doing videos about what's going on in the area. So last July, I did a video about the Hazel Grove Carnival that was coming up. Just walked through the park, this weekend. Hazel Grove Carnival is happening. It starts at this time, it finishes at this time. Throughout the day, there's going to be all these stalls. And I posted it into the local Facebook group. I tagged in Hazel Grove Carnival. They loved it. And off the back of that, they asked me to do a video for Point and Show, which is at the end of August. And it's one of the biggest agricultural shows in the Northwest. And it's just a similar thing, walking through Poynton Park, this weekend you've got this coming up, this is what's going to happen, and there's going to be all these things going on. And I post that into local Facebook groups, and that got me quite a lot of comments. But the biggest one was talking to the local businesses. So I've done one for the local ice cream shop, the clothes shop, the baby shop, and I did one for La Chouquette, a local bakery in Poynton, and that was about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and that had like about 70 comments on it. People go, "Oh, I love the croissants, I love the bread." So that was a really good one. So I think speaking to local business owners has been the biggest sort of brand awareness for myself. And at the moment, you've probably seen every week I've been doing the top 50 streets in Poynton. So I'll go promote Poynton. I love Poynton so much. I'm doing a countdown of the 50 top most expensive streets in Poynton. Today I'm at number 50, and it's all the way down, and it's going to be to number one at the end of the year. So that's a year's worth of content for me.
So those are all sort of overarching campaigns, should we say? So sort of social and the street countdown, which I think is
Yeah,
brilliant, by the way, on a side note.
yeah,
So if I listed my property with you today and Dan came
yeah.
around to take my property onto the market, what video content could I expect to see appear on your social media or Rightmove or whatever it may be off the back of you coming around?
Yeah, so I would probably go around on the day that the photographer is there. So I can, take a picture of, the photographer taking a picture, saying we're preparing a home so people can see that it's not just me with my iPhone getting the pictures ready for marketing, and it just sort of shows that there's a professional photographer there. I'll do pictures on my own phone and do like a sort of a pic collage, or check out the garden of this latest new listing, sneak peeks coming soon. For more information, give me a call. And then I'll do like a bit of a video reel, edit it on CapCut, throw that out maybe 2, 3 days later. And then once the professional photography lands, I'll do another post. So I've probably done 3 or 4 posts on my social sites before it actually hits Rightmove. And then if it's really successful, and the last weekend I did 2 open days. So the first one I took a couple of pictures because it was an amazing kitchen. And I said, check out the kitchen on this amazing open day. And then I did the same on the next house, a smaller property, but again, a fabulous kitchen. And I think I said, I'm going from one fabulous kitchen to another for open day number two. Told the vendors what I was doing as well, not just the open day. So yeah, I've got sort of, you've got several post before we go onto the market, and then once it's on Rightmove and Zoopla and the board and the agency website, it's out there, and then there's something else. So you've got like a strategy. If it's not going to sell, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, this is what I'm going to do differently.
Yeah, I think it's about making that as big a splash as you possibly can do. And
Pretty
lots of my
much, yeah, yeah,
lots of my clients that I work with bulk record their videos. So, for example, they'll go on a take-on appointment and they'll have a structure of 3, 4, 5 videos, and they'll do, right, I need to do a coming soon sneak peek video. So they'll do a
yeah,
video by the street sign. Then they'll go to the best room of the house, which is usually being photographed by the photographer, and say, hi, it's being photographed today. And and then they'll do a property just come on the market today. We've just started doing viewings today. The ones that are really confident then record another video saying I've actually just sold this property today. And the ones
yeah,
that are really, really confident record another video saying I've just completed on this property today. So they've got all
yeah.
those videos kind of put into a bank for that property that might take 6 months, 9 months to deploy effectively, but they've got them recorded there just in case. So if they
Yeah.
find they're really busy in 3 months' time, 6 months' time, they've just got that there. They can just drag it over, add the text to it, and kind of away we go. So it's all about the
I
efficiency
do.
on that side of things.
Yeah.
So you mentioned CapCut there. So
Yeah.
what's on your list of either physical or software side of things that people should have for video? So I imagine you've got a clip-on microphone pretty darn quickly when you started doing video content. What else is in your toolkit effectively?
Yeah. So clip on microphone, you can buy them from Amazon, about £9. Since I've started doing the talking to business owners, I've got a double clip on microphone. So again, it looks good that I've got one and obviously they've got one. Again, 16, £17 off Amazon, plugs into your iPhone, and it picks up obviously sounds from both microphones, and it looked really smart. I've just upgraded my phone from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 13 for the camera, and a tripod. Got a good tripod from Amazon. So when I haven't got family to help me do my videos, I literally get my tripod out, put my phone in there. Again, £30 off Amazon. Some blue tack. So every video I do, I have a script and I blue tack it to the front of my tripod. So I adjust some bullet points so I know exactly what I'm saying, so I don't hopefully mess it up. But if I do, I have lots of bloopers. So I did lots of videos last year, and I created lots of blooper reels, which I sort of posted towards the end of last year and early sort of in the new year. Again, just onto my local, not local Facebook groups, but on my own sort of social media channels, and that got good engagement as well. You know, I am human, I do mess it up, and I had one with my youngest daughter. She was in the blooper reel. I think both my daughters were actually, and it was just we had some good fun. Definitely, get your kids involved, get the wife involved, husband, boyfriend, whoever, to help you do and create these videos. But yeah, CapCut, again, it's a free app. I'm 49. God, if I can edit all these videos, anyone can do them. Anyone can do them. So yeah, CapCut, microphone, tripod, enthusiasm, and just go for it.
Yeah, extra on the enthusiasm. So talk me through a timescale then. So let's say, for example, you're doing your top down, your 50 top streets, for example. So how
Yeah,
long does that take you to record it, first of all? So how many times do you get
yeah.
it wrong and how many times do you get it nailed out the part first time? And then once you've got that recorded, how long does that take you actually to edit it and then go, right, it's a finished product. I can now post it in 2 weeks' time, for example.
So Saturday, I've just posted my number 38. I think it was Middlebrook Road today in Poynton. So we filmed that Saturday. My wife came with me. We did it in one take because my wife isn't very patient. So it was literally filmed in one take. It was 47 seconds long. So I came home, edited it on CapCut, which took, I don't know, 5 minutes. That's it. Put the text on, put the background music on, and then on a Monday morning, it posts on a Monday because that's when I can post it into all the local Facebook groups in Poynton, and that took, I don't know, 5 minutes. So it takes 10 minutes,
Do you think,
literally less than a minute to film it. And if you get it wrong, you've got some bloopers
yeah, absolutely, it's a
to throw out
win-win,
there.
isn't it? Win-win.
Yeah, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, yeah. So not long at all.
Do you think people overestimate how long it's going to take to record? And I appreciate you're a seasoned video guy, so therefore, one take wonder. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. You'll probably be disappointed if you do it in 2 takes. But do you think people overestimate how long it actually takes to get a video recorded, then get it edited, and get it so that it's looking pretty darn good, therefore put it online? People think it's going to take hours and hours and hours to get that done.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people are conscious about how they look, how they sound, what are people going to think of them. And I've got past that. People don't care what you sound or what you look like. Um, as they say, done beats perfect. Just get out there and just give it a go. And it doesn't take. Yeah, I think a lot of people go, oh, when we for the bigger houses, I do employ. I outsource the photography and the video tour, and that takes them probably quite a long time to do it. But the videos that get you noticed in local Facebook groups, they don't take long at all. My monthly marketing updates that I do, again, get quite a lot of the data from Rightmove. I track every single price reduction, new instruction in Poynton. So that takes me Rightmove, Poynton, last 24 hours. That doesn't take long. Write them all down. Um, and that doesn't take long at all. That takes about 3 minutes to film. And as long as you've got a pack cut, it doesn't take long at all. We're talking minutes.
So you mentioned there about sort of getting over the fear of your own voice and what you look like on video,
Yeah.
etc. How long did
Yeah.
it take for that to dissolve for yourself? How long before you just stopped caring, basically?
I don't think you'll ever stop caring. I mean, I did my last video and I thought, oh God, what am I doing? What am I wearing? But it's just, it's one of those. I always feel a little bit of apprehension when I post a video. You do get the odd few trolls on there, which I've had in the last couple of weeks, on my top 50 streets. Someone telling me to sod off. But you know, no, I'm not going to sod off. I'm going to keep posting it because you might get one bad comment, but you'll get 50 really nice comments, and that's what you've got to focus on. That actually you're doing this because people actually like it. So yeah, every time I post a video, there's always that. Oh God, what do I look like? What do I sound like? I don't think I'll ever get over that, but it's part of my business, and I won't stop doing it. I've always committed. I will do at least one video a week on my social sites, whether it's top 50 marketing update, speaking to the local bakery or the local coffee shop person. So I will always do it.
Talk me through, so obviously when you put yourself out there so much and you put so much video content out, as you mentioned, sort of the trolley side of the world sort of thing, and it's human
Yeah,
nature to kind of look at the 1 star rather than the 49 5 stars sort of
correct.
thing. Do you respond back to the trolls you have with you? Do you just ignore it? How long does it take you? If I said to you now, Dan, your videos are rubbish, how long would that stay in your mind for, do you reckon?
A couple of days. I do. I always, yeah, I would say a few days. That sod off comment about it was actually a couple of weeks ago. Um, I was like, what's his problem? But then somebody else put on there going the next day, absolutely love these videos, great marketing, keep going. And it's like, oh, actually, it
Yeah.
does work. So you've just got to just try and brush it off. Um, these people are keyboard warriors, is my opinion. And you just got to just try and, as you said, not look at the one star review. It's like TripAdvisor, where you're looking at going on a holiday. Oh, look, there's 100 5-star reviews, but there's one really bad one. I'm not going there.
Mm.
And that's what I've got to try. And that's probably my hardest demon at the moment. That because I've had a few trolls recently. What's this next post going to look like? But
Mhm.
just gotta get on with it and just done beats perfect, as I keep saying. And I just think just do it, just try it. Just you've got to be consistent. It's not gonna change overnight. You can't just throw out a couple of videos and go, oh, I've had no comments or no likes. No one's said, oh, I've seen your videos. You've just got to be very consistent and just keep doing it
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
And how long did it take you before you kind of thought to yourself, okay, I'm getting valuations from my social media? Because I appreciate to start off with, it probably takes what, 6 months to 12 months of doing social media content before people start to recognize you and start getting some traction on it. How long did it take you
Yeah, I
before
think
you
so.
got people say to you, actually, Dan, we saw your social media, let's have you out, buddy?
I've looking at my listings. It's only been recently.
Mhm.
Glastonbury Drive. She was on with a local agent, and she reached out to me a couple of months ago. Said, "I've seen what you're doing on social media. I really like it. Can you come and talk to me?" Um, and probably the last 4 weeks, most of my valuations are from either recommendations or sorry, the weather is really bad outside. Look at that. It's hailstoning. Sorry,
Welcome to the
distracted me.
north. Yeah.
Yeah, grim up north. Um, and just in the last probably 3 or 4 weeks, I've had quite a lot of local people saying, I've seen your stuff on socials. I really like your marketing, whether it's a professional photography or a video tour or a sneak peek. Can you come and talk to me?
And
So
how
only
long is that?
recently.
How long is that timescale wise from when you first launched? If you look back, how many months is that?
So it's taken me about 7 months. I've been in the business now 9 months. So
Mhm.
yeah, in the last several weeks. So it's taken me 6 or 7 months of constantly grinding. Oh, do I need to do another marketing update video? Do I need to do number 47 top streets? Do I need to go and speak to the baker? It feels like it's just finally this, it's starting to, oh, I saw it. It's like the chap in the coffee shop last week. I saw your videos. Are you here to do one? I'm like, oh, he knows me. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just been that consistent every week, week in, week out, turning up. When you don't feel like doing your video or look like death, you've just got
Mhm.
to go and just do it and just post it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the message I have with lots of my clients is they say, you know, they first launch their business, for example, and they go, I'll get some instructions from social media and from Facebook sort of thing. And I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah,
You won't get anything for like 6 months to a year or so. You have to do it,
yeah,
but don't expect your phone to be ringing saying, I watched your video or I saw your post online. It was really funny. Can you come do a market appraisal of my property?
yeah.
But that's not going to happen. You know, stick with the classics and then the social media stuff will start picking up after time as well.
Yeah, well, it will. It's like anything. Just got to
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Absolutely. So if you were, or if I was an estate agent watching this or listening to this, thinking I should really start doing that video content stuff, what would you say to that person to sort of get them off that sort of off the fence and actually into the ballpark of doing it?
I think you can do a video about anything now. It doesn't have to be about property. It can be about a viewing. There's so much free data out there, whether it's on, every month, Rightmove house price index, Zoopla house price index, all the nationwide, the Halifax house price index. There's always, if there's something, what's going on in and around your area, you need to be that person that if you keep doing it consistently, I'd like to think that people will go, oh, who's that guy, that estate agent? I need to get my house valued. Oh, Dan Brownhill. Yeah, that's him. I'll give him a call. It doesn't have to be about property. It can be, where am I today? I've got videos I'm thinking about next year. I'm thinking about my 1 year anniversary video. I'm thinking about my Christmas message already. So yeah, you just got a little bit of preparation. That's all it takes. If anybody's thinking about doing it, pick up the phone and speak to me. I'll talk to you. No problem at all. But there's so much you can talk about. Everybody loves property, don't they? The weather, which is horrible at the moment, and property. That's what people love talking about. Everyone has an opinion on the property market, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. You know, you could do a quick one about mortgage rates, interest rates changing on a daily basis. Loads of different things that you can do video content about anything.
So I had a conversation with one of my clients a while ago, and I said, "Oh, how you get on with your social media stuff?" And they said, "Oh, I've stopped
Yeah,
posting on social media because I've run out of things to talk about." Imagine my surprise when I heard this sort of things, and it frustrated me so much that I actually wrote down a list of 104 things that you can talk about on your social media account. So, shameless
yeah,
plug, if you go to my website and go to the free stuff section, there's a list of
yeah.
104 things you can talk about on your social media, which will literally keep you busy for the next 5 years. So, there's plenty of topics out there that people can talk about at any one time.
That's it. Got it.
What have you found
That's
with
what that is.
there you go. What have you found with regard to your ideal length of video that you produce? Because obviously lots of people go, oh, I'm going to produce a 5 minute video or a 10 minute video. What sort do you think is the optimum length where you think, okay, people will watch that,
Oh,
they don't get bored?
yeah. I mean, there are lots of agents that post videos out there, so they're doing it. There are some videos that are several minutes long, and I think people, are they going to watch it? I
Mhm.
don't think they are. I think it's the ones that get the most engagement from that I do are the ones that I do in CapCut, going sneak peek. Here's a quick peek of this video, property coming next week, and they're about, I don't know, 30 seconds to maybe a minute long. They seem to get hundreds of views. Where my video tours I put on my properties that are, I don't know, 90 seconds to maybe 3 minutes long, they don't get that much engagement in them.
Yep.
Um, I like your idea of, you have a good success story or just a new listing stood next to the street corner. So great, I'll have that one. Yeah, like I say, that there's so much you could talk about. I'm going to do, well, not till next year, but I'm going to do property of the week. So I can't do top 50 streets. So next year it'll be property of the week, whether it's on with myself or another estate agent. So there's always something that you can go out and talk about, even if it's about the weather,
Mhm. Yep.
anything. Look at the sunset, sat in a beer garden at the local pub. Look at the sun. There's all different things you can
Yeah.
you can talk about.
And I think length of content wise is really important. So I've got a YouTube
Yeah,
channel, which I don't really push as much as I should do in reality. I do it
yeah,
more for Google than anything else sort of thing. And so usually if I posted the video on there, it would get 50 views, let's call it. It's not mega numbers. No one's setting the world ablaze. I'm not giving Mr. Beast, any sleepless nights effect on that side of things. So, but this year I thought to myself, okay, well, YouTube, if I watch YouTube Shorts is my go-to. I don't really spend that much time doing the long content, but the short content I'll go to. And so I've done a YouTube Shorts video every day this year. I'm currently booked up until June, I think, at the moment with my
Right.
YouTube Shorts. And every video I put on there gets about 500 views per video that goes up there quite easy. It's got about
Yeah.
15,000 views over a month at any time, sort of thing. And I'm like, great. So I've got the
Wow.
long form content, which is great, which is, videos like this, for example. Also the
Yeah.
short form stuff that we can just binge on really quickly. Thank you very much. On to the next one. Great. So yeah, I think it's important to have
Yeah.
that sort of content out there that anyone can binge on, where they want you for 30 seconds or three
Great.
minutes. It's all available.
It's there, definitely. But yeah, definitely the shorter ones definitely get the biggest engagement for me.
Yeah. And what do you do? One final question, because I'm nosy. What do you
All
do
right.
with your structure, Dan, for that? So do you always have like an intro and then you do sort of chat for 20 seconds about whatever you're talking about today, and then you do like an outro sort of call to action? Is that always the structure you go down, or what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do many agent-led videos. If I do, it's like obviously an intro. Let's have a look round. It's the very sort of prestigious homes. I think that I might change them because a lot of my video tours on my properties are quite similar. Again, CapCut, get some nice music. You look round it. I think from what you're saying is new listing, 3 Southmead. Let's go and have a look at the fabulous kitchen, and it's literally a sneak peek of that kitchen, and then do an outro. If you like the kitchen, give me a call. So I might, as I say, every day is about picking up new ideas. I don't want my videos to go stale, and I'll try something, and it doesn't work, I'll try something else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe with my video tours, myself getting more in front of the camera. But then I think, well, I've got my top 50 traits, my marketing videos, talking to shop owners. Are people sick of my face? But I hope not. But yeah, this that you said that chap, you run out of ideas. There's so many different things you can do a video on. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might sort of just tweak the way I do them a little bit in the future.
Yeah, I always work on sort of the 80-20 rule. So 80% of my stuff I do is, you know what you get. It's very safe down
Yeah.
the line. It's marketing I know I can
Mm,
rely on day in, day out. 20%
yeah.
of it is me going, that'd be a bit of a laugh. Let's give that a go. That'd be quite funny.
Yeah.
And if it's good, great. It goes into the 80%. If it's terrible, we never talk
Yeah.
about it ever again and it disappears into Never Never Land. So, Dan, thank you so much for your time today. I know you got a lot going on. You're a very
My
busy
pleasure.
man, lots of
It's all
listings. So
right.
thank you so much for coming on today. It's been really appreciated and dropping your gold. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Cheers, Chris.
Cheers, Dan.